Hi friends! It's been a while since I've filmed, and I'm actually filming at work right now, as you can take a guess. So if this video is choppy, it makes sense because I'm having to start and stop my recording anytime a customer comes in, and it looks like someone's going to come in now, so here's an example of that. Anyways, I wanted to film and just talk about ratings, like how people rate books, because that's something that's so fascinating to me, is that like we all have our own preferences, we all have our own like rating scales, and whether it be like something we've written out or just something that we just go by in our heads. And I was talking to my friend because she read Bride first and now I'm reading Bride, and we were talking about how she rates books versus how I rate books, because she was saying that like pretty much everything's on the same scale for her. So it's like, oh, if this really profound book is 5 stars, then like Bride's not gonna be 5 stars. But for me, I have like a different rating scale for each genre, if that makes sense. Sorry, I was trying to see if that guy was going in. Anyways, so like, if I'm picking up Bride, I know it's not going to be something super profound like Poisonwood Bible or Beloved or something like that. So I'm not going to rate this the same way I would rate those kind of books. So like romance in my head has its own, like, as long as I really enjoyed it, really think about the characters, you know, that kind of thing. If I relate to them, that's going to give it a higher rating than if it's something that sucks. I'm looking at this. I'm not that far in, as you can see. So that's not me saying, oh, this book sucks, because I don't know yet. I keep losing my train of thought. And so I have like a basic kind of more general scale of like how I rate things that I posted on my Instagram, and that's like really just vibe based. And so I kind of followed that, but like for each genre, because yeah, why should this and something with like a point to make or something like criticizing society or something, that should not be on the same scale. And so it's just so fascinating to me, because giving a book like however many stars is so subjective, and it's really interesting that we all have our own like way of doing it. And so I would definitely like to know, anyone who's watching this, I'd love to know your thoughts about like how you specifically rate books, because we're gonna do it in totally different ways. I promise I had something more profound to say, I just don't know what it was. So yeah, when I'm reading something like nonfiction, especially like memoirs, that's kind of like the hardest thing for me to personally rate, because it's so hard to like, especially to go through something so traumatic like Jeanette McCurdy or Elliot Page, to have to like write that kind of story is so hard. And so that's not like nonfiction and memoirs like that, I don't necessarily rate based on like relatability like I do. Like if I was reading this, if I related to the main character, that would help with the rating, but that's not necessarily the same for nonfiction, because I want to know more about different perspectives, and as you know, a cis woman, I can't relate to Elliot Page and what he's gone through, but it's really fascinating and interesting to learn like what he thought about as someone who was struggling with, you know, like gender dysphoria and stuff like that growing up. Especially as someone who has a trans brother, like that could help me understand more about what he went through. And so it's so interesting to think about how I personally rate books, because it's not something I think about, because I just go on Goodreads, give it stars, move on. But like to actually think about how I would go through and rate each kind of book is really fascinating to me. Um, so yeah, there's some word vomit. Hopefully at least one of those sentences was clear, cohesive. I think I also want to turn this video into like a kind of reading vlog, because I'm only 4 pages in, and I'm already feeling like I may not like this book. Just based on the, like, a brother and sister duo. The brother's name Owen, good name, I like the name Owen, and then the sister's name is Misery. Like, I get it, we're vampires, but like, if you're gonna name one kid something like spooky, shouldn't you name both kids? It's giving like Sims Legacy Challenge, where like if you're like me and I only really play with girls because I'm a girl, so I like playing with girls. If you get it, you get it. So it's like I name the girl something really cutesy, and then you name the boy just like you hit randomize until you find something you like. Which, like, I guess there's nothing wrong with it, but it just bothers me that, like, you, like, specifically went through and picked the name Misery, and then didn't pick a boy brother name that matched at all. So yeah, I feel like this is gonna be a fun one. Page 14. Other people's approval is a powerful drug. Lucky me, I never got the chance to develop an addiction. Come on, girl. Are we for real? Okay. Y'all. Page 20. Father walked in on us wondering why the vampire headquarters had been placed so close to our most lethal enemies. To remember, he explained, and to remind. Bitch, that's the same thing. That is literally the same thing. Like, he didn't need to say both of those. This writing is just not it. But I'm gonna stick it out, and I want to read the whole thing. If my friend could read all of it, I can read all of it. It's my kind of mindset here. Oh, brother. Okay, so thinking back to what I just said about Misery and Owen a little bit ago. The dad's name is Henry? Come on, girl. I just don't have the words. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. I'm on page 20. I can do this. Page 22. That's how far I'm at. And I already feel like she's taking every measure she can to not have to world build with the vampires. Because, you know, the main character Misery just so happens to, you know, live with the humans, have a human job, blah, blah, blah. And she also they have, like, native vampire tongue, but what does she call it? The tongue. She doesn't try to name it. She doesn't try to make it seem fancy or special. And so I feel like, I don't know, she's like trying to humanize the vampire, but if it's supposed to be a vampire fantasy romance, what is the point of making it vampires if you just want to humanize her? It just is not making sense. And I feel like it just feels really out of place for Ali Hazelwood. Maybe if, I was gonna say maybe if I was reading this without knowing it was Ali Hazelwood, it might be better. But I don't think that helps the writing. I still don't think I would be vibing with it. I think it just makes it worse. And I know it's Ali Hazelwood. she's been in the werewolf house. Less than 10 pages. And I feel like I know more about the werewolves already than I did about the vampires. Maybe this should have just been a werewolf book. The sister's half human. Now that's interesting. Really not helping my suspicion that this should have been an all-werewolf book. I'm on page 136. I'm like close to half. Nothing really like of anything of importance to note. Just the fact that she used the phrase long pregnant look to describe how she was looking at low, and okay. I just think that's a really weird phrase to use, and I've never heard that before. And I just think it's criminal that she did that. But I do think, anyways, I think the like vampire power that Misery has was pretty cool. But I just think all the like, she's trying to add the sciencey stuff, like biology stuff, like she did in her STEM ones in this, and it just feels so out of place. I don't really like Misery. She's giving not like other girls in a bad way. And I'm just not impressed with the writing. But like in this middle part, the story is getting kind of interesting. Oh my god. They're trying to like get information from Emery. And so like they're sneaking around doing spy stuff. Do you mind? And so she's trying to like pretend they're getting freaky with it, and he says, no, they think they're feeding. You have to feed from me. Feed from me. Pretend that's what we came here for. And she said, I'll pretend. And he's like, no, you have to bite me, because they can smell it if you're not really drinking. And she's never like bitten from anyone before. I think sink into the vein at the base of his neck. The office door opens. That's tea. I did not expect that to happen. But they're gonna get freaky with it soon. About halfway done. It's kind of a slow read for me. I usually read faster than this. But it's kind of boring. So, Tigger. Jesus. Said you want to be a star. Good boy. Say hi, Internet. Hi, YouTube. It's been like 2 days since I picked this up, because last time you saw me, I read a little tiny bit at home, and then I stopped because we went to go see Twisters in theater, which really good, by the way. I would recommend that. Then I just never picked it back up because I was doing other things, and then yesterday I was working from home, and so I was just kind of busy, didn't pick it up, but we're back. I'm like almost exactly like halfway through, it looks like. Maybe a little tiny more, but hopefully I can get more read today, maybe finish it. That might be ambitious, but like it's getting kind of spicy. So yeah, keep you guys updated with my progress. the fact that Misery, like, her little secret is that she eats peanut butter, something about that just don't sit right with me. Because, like, I get it. She's trying to make her vampires, like, different. But it just really seems like trying too hard to be, like, quirky about it. Because, like, I don't know, man. Oh. What I do instead is lean forward and lick it off his thumb. I know. I'm over halfway through and there's no smut. And, like, based on what my friend has told me, it's, like, really, like, the longer I go without having to read it, the more it's making me, like, not necessarily nervous, but, like, I'm kind of dreading, like, what's going to be the moment that, like, leads up to them doing the do, you know. I'm gonna say this now. If I'm wrong, I'm cutting this shit out. But I think she's actually his mate, and that's why, like, everyone's so, like, weird about it and, like, really confused. I think she's his mate. And the way that, like, she acted when she drank his blood. We'll see. Again, if I'm wrong, nobody will see this. No one has to know, except for me. So yeah. Whoever did this will pay slowly, painfully. God, these little, like, headers at the top fucking kill me, man. They're so funny. Okay, what happened to her? We cannot be sure that Anna was the real target? Of what? Was it the damn peanut butter? Okay, it was the peanut butter, not the person who poisoned my peanut butter. It's a wolf caught outside my room, guarding my door. A huge white wolf. A fucking gigantic white wolf. Wonder who that could be. Okay, besties. I think this is it. Because he just, like, ran her a bath, and I was like, oh, that's so sweet of him. And then it's, how do weirds have sex? Are you worried? Should I be? I'm not gonna hurt you. Not ever. So I think this is gonna be, oh, yeah. I'm just so tired, and I really want it. Will you help, please? Okay, and it's just over like that? Okay, well, I mean, it was, like, juicy, but it wasn't what I was expecting, so, anyways. So this man likes being Wolfie Bloodbag? I'm trying to read kind of fast so I can see if they're gonna do anything or if that was it. If it was just like the use me. Ooh, you can do what you want with me. Oh.
This actually really grosses me out. I don't like blood. I would not want to be a vampire. He didn't change his sheets. I have to hurry so it doesn't happen again. So anyways, he said that he didn't change his sheets because they smelled like her. He whipped. Okay, I have to like speed read this part. I'm saying be good. He's obsessed with her ears. I thought it was gonna be like her boobs or something. Her ears. That's cute. I don't have teeth down there. Like the movie. I thought the brother like really did not want anything to do with the council, and now he's saying he wants to take over their dad's seat. Do you even want to be a councilman? And he says, why not? It could be fun. That's such a man thing. Oof. Family drama, you know. This book just throws a lot at you, and I feel like it's not really good at like going into depth about all of them. Cause like this whole I'm gonna, you know, like take over for our dad. Like I'm trying to like undermine him basically is like that much left of the book. There's only 100 pages left. And I feel like if this was really that necessary to the plot, I feel like maybe it would have been started earlier. So, I don't know. I feel like the thing I'm most interested in is the Serena stuff. And it's kind of like scattered all over the place instead of being like, I don't know how to describe it. But this book is really something else. I feel like I just got jump scared because they were talking about how Gabby's not his mate, which I already knew. But anyways, now they're like, now she's like, I want to have sex. Girl, she's so funny. I'm not afraid of her. Oh no. Oh. No. Only happens between certain people. Oh, she's saying that she's his mate, and he's like, oh, this is so awkward. That was so hard to read for so many reasons. What the fuck? Oh, it's like shitty Wattpad writing. I can't. I need a second. I just... Mick is the traitor? Holding a small syringe, injecting it in my arm. And he says, I'm sorry. That's tea. That is so tea. What? Sorry, I know me just saying what over and over again gives no context. But like, Serena was there too the whole time? I still don't know where here's at. But like, they had Serena the whole time. Her saying who's low and her having to say the where out that my husband. The girl. That makes no sense. What the fuck? What is happening? I feel like it's like one thing after another, and none of it makes sense. She's also half werewolf. Serena's half werewolf. My theory was that somehow Serena was related to Anna. I thought that maybe they had the same dad and that's why she was researching it. So I was definitely wrong. But apparently she didn't even know. She didn't even know. She is his mate. She is his mate. I knew it. He tried to poison his own daughter with peanut butter. Come on. I think I need a second to process this. She can shift. I like how it was that really serious moment, and then the next fucking chapter, she's like, I never wondered where their clothes went. Damn. Is she still talking about the clothes? It's not turn, it's shift. What the fuck? This book is really taking it out of me. I have like a little over an hour before I'm done with work, and I really think I can finish this. I have to lock in and hope nobody comes in to interrupt me. My mate, I knew it. getting spicy and I just, the whole wolfy sex thing is just not for me. And I don't know, I wish she wouldn't have written it. Ugh. Finished. Finally. I will say, like, the last little bit is really entertaining, but I just feel like everything happened so fast, and it was so hard to, like, for my brain to wrap around what was happening and to, like, remember everything. I don't know. I just feel like overall, my phone's about to die. Overall, world building, very bad. Not good. And I feel like if the vampires weren't in this book, it would be better. It could have just been some kind of, like, human werewolf relationship instead of, like, vampire werewolf. Especially because, like, if you're having a main character who's a vampire who doesn't know anything about being a vampire anyway, what is the point of her even being a vampire? Besides the fact that she can suck his blood and he gets off on it. I don't know, I just feel like I enjoyed a lot of the werewolf characters more. Mostly because, like, the vampires were the fucking bad guys, but, like, even the fact that, like, she chose to be with the werewolves at the end anyway. I really liked the werewolves, and I wish that it would have just been a werewolf story. I also really think it's funny that they had to market this as paranormal romance instead of it having any ties to fantasy, because they knew, like, this can't pass as fantasy because it just lacks all of the things a fantasy book needs. So anyway, I guess I'm gonna give it probably like 2.75 stars, because as it got on, I kept enjoying it more, but it's not good enough to hit 3 stars. So yeah, just didn't do it for me, and I would not recommend anyone to fucking pick this book up. The only reason I actually, like, went through and read it is because my friend did. Because if I would have read this first, I probably would have DNF'd it. And, like, all the, like, wolfy sex shit, I was never an Omega-verse girl when I was reading fanfiction. I stayed away from that stuff. I did have to go on Tumblr when it was getting to those scenes to, like, understand what was really happening. Because if you don't really know what nodding and all that kind of stuff is, you're not gonna know, because why would she explicitly say that in her book? So yeah, that stuff freaks me out, kind of gross. But yeah, I did it. That's like book 49 maybe? 48, 49? I don't know. Okay, well, if you stuck out to the end and watched the, like, minimal commentary, there you go, I lost my train of thought. If you watched all of that, thank you very much, I appreciate it. I know it probably wasn't that insightful because it was mostly just me actually reading the book and just being like, what is happening? But I've never done anything like this content-wise, and I knew this was going to be an interesting one, especially for me because I don't read a lot of stuff like this. So if you enjoyed it, let me know, and if you think there are other kind of books like this that I might have, like, an interesting reaction to, definitely let me know. Check me out on Instagram at RedHotReader. That's where I post all of my bookish thoughts and things like that. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye guys.